The lighter you are, the easier pull-ups and calisthenics training can become. In this video, I will share with you how you can optimize your strength to weight ratio to make pull-ups a lot more easier. This will help you to get your first pull-up or increase your pull-ups to 10, 20, 30 plus repetitions. At the end of this video, I will give you a bonus tip that I implement in my own training to make sure I stay light and to help me to progress a whole lot more quicker. Let's begin. What is strength to weight ratio and why is it important in your pull-up training and in calisthenics training? In simple terms, is really your strength in relation to your body weight. Since this is calisthenics and you are using your body as the weight and you are manipulating it in many different positions, which are going to load weight in certain muscles, certain areas to make it harder or easier, the lighter your body weight is going to be, then the easier calisthenics can become. Using myself as an example, I consistently maintain a weight of around like 77 kgs. So if my weight was to stay the exact same and if I increase my weight to, let's say, 80 kgs, I actually find it quite challenging to do certain skills. One of the hardest skills for my body and my body type and my body proportions is horizontal pulling, so the front lever. So if I am anywhere close to 80 kgs or over, then I cannot do the full front lever. I find it very, very hard, and actually it is really taxing on my joints. Whereas if, let's say, if my strength stays the same and I reduce my weight to, let's say, 75, 74 kgs, when I now do my skills, it is so much easier. Skills such as handstands, such as front levers, such as planches become a whole lot easier because my weight has reduced. And staying with this example of myself and the front lever, it varies to person. So when I gain weight, I actually gain weight in my legs and my butt. So that is not really helpful for me when I am doing a front lever, right? But some people might gain weight in their back. That can assist them in actually doing some of those movements, right? So where you actually gain the weight is also an additional factor. How do you keep your strength to weight ratio balanced to optimize your pull-up and calisthenics training? Keep getting stronger. So keep training consistently and working with different strength training techniques to increase your overall strength level. So working with low repetitions to increase the ability of your central nervous system to output more strength. Keep choosing harder and harder variations to progressively overload and to challenge your body to actually come back stronger. And in combination with that, you want to stay as light as you can consistently maintain for a long duration. As I told you before, at 74 kgs, I'm a whole lot more stronger, but I cannot maintain that weight for a long period of time. Best I can do is maybe 3 months, but then after a while, I want to eat, I want to make sure I'm recovering in between my training sessions. So my weight really goes back to about 76, 77 kgs. So that's the weights that I've been able to maintain for a long period of time. And then now I build my strength with that weight. And I make sure that I do not go to anywhere near 79 kgs, 80 kgs, because I will just be making every single exercise a whole lot more harder. And specifically for my body type, I'll be making all the horizontal movements a whole lot more harder. More pulling, pushing is still kind of okay. Yo, guys, if you are finding all this information valuable, then subscribe to the channel. And then this channel can grow and I can bring you guys more and more videos to help you on your calisthenics journey to get your pull-ups, your push-ups, later on doing front levers, muscle-ups, and the whole shebang. We all have different body types, some people tall, some people short, some people skinny, some people large. And it is now about you choosing the goals that you want and then now doing the action steps that will get you closer to those goals. So yes, if you are taller, if you are larger, then it can be a little bit more difficult for you to do certain skills, right? But what I do want to say is that when it comes to the basic bodyweight movements, which is pull-ups, which is push-ups, and which is single leg squats and regular squats, you do not have to go to you do not have to be the physique of a gymnast who is 5'3" and weighs like 60 kgs. The top level gymnasts are normally small and slender and petite and jacked to perform crazy, insane, unhuman skills, you know, like doing iron cross and the Victorian on rings, right? So that's a whole different spectrum. But for us regular Joes, you know, who want to get better at pull-ups, push-ups, and squats, who want to do the basics to improve our strength, our mobility, and our flexibility to improve our health and wellness, and your height and your weight to a certain degree is not going to stop you from mastering your pull-ups, right? As I promised at the beginning of the video, I'm gonna give you a bonus tip, and this is something I have been implementing for actually many years, and it has helped me to unleash crazy amounts of strength in my journey. And this is intermittent fasting and actual full day fasting. What I tend to do is majority of my training sessions, maybe 80% of my training sessions, are actually done in a fasted state. So I wake up in the morning, I have some lemonade, water, salt, lemons, the whole shebang. And then after that, I stay fasted up until about 12 o'clock, let's say, 12, 1, 2 o'clock. It's always changing depending on the period. And then I try to get my training session in that period, because for me, I feel lighter. My stomach is empty. My nervous system is not focusing on trying to digest anything that I've consumed in that morning. And I just have, my lemonade, I have some coffee, and then I go in for my training session. So at the very beginning, it was a little bit intense, but here, our bodies are literally built to adapt. After about 2-3 weeks, like my body adapted to training, strength training, like I'm working like with low repetitions and then also high repetitions, but I'm doing heavy stuff. And I started being able to do that actually on an empty stomach, fully fasted, right? So this has helped me to stay light and then to unlock skills, muscle up, front lever, planches, and so on. So a little tidbit, so something that helps me to keep my weight low, specifically for that period when I am training, right? So in the morning, I'm lighter, I'm fresher, I have more strength. In the evening time, you know, I've eaten, I've had a long day, you know, and then you're drained. So strength obviously is not going to be optimal. But at the end of the day, find out what's good for your schedule, find out what works for you, and how to get the most out of your training and continue making those improvements. All right, guys, I will see you on the next video.